Hello year ones, welcome to Tuesday's English lesson, and today we're going to be drawing a setting and labelling and describing a setting. So what is a setting? Do you remember you made a setting for your stories of Sweet Potato? Can you tell me what is a setting? Well done if you remembered. A setting is the place of where a story is, of where the story is set. So in our story of Katie and the Dinosaurs, this is her setting. I'm going to show you this in more detail now. Let's have a look at the setting of Katie and the Dinosaurs. So what can you see in the setting? We did a bit of this yesterday. What can you see in the background? You can include characters in your setting today. So can you see this huge bumpy tail? Imagine if you were Katie, you can see that giant, massive hill. Actually, she doesn't know it's a dinosaur yet, does she? The huge hill. Can you see the beautiful, colourful flowers and plants? And can you see the small green dinosaur with a spiky tail? Some of you may have spotted. Katie doesn't know that he's there, but there is a T-Rex in the background, isn't there? Okay, let's look at our next picture with the setting. So in this setting, what could Katie see now? What can you see? Can you see the volcanoes? What's the volcano doing? It's erupting, isn't it? Can you see the smoke coming out? And can you see the giant mountains in the background? And you can see the river winding through the valley. And you can see the pterodactyls flapping their huge wings as they fly through the sky. You're going to use these as ideas to draw your own setting for what it was like when Katie got to the world of the dinosaurs. Now I've done an example here to show you. So your setting could look a little bit like this. So I've included quite a few things, but you can use this as an example, and I will show you some more examples on the video as well. So go back to our video. Okay, back to our PowerPoint. Okay, so here are some more images that you might like to copy, or you could rewind to go back to this image and just include at least 3 different things in the setting. So that could be the trees, volcano and a dinosaur. Okay, when I get to 1, I want you to draw your picture and pause. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, welcome back superstars. So next we're going to think about what you have in your setting, and we're going to label the things that you have drawn. So you must draw your setting, which we've done. You should label your setting, and you could write descriptive sentences using those adjectives and possibly those verbs. And we're going to show you again, we're going to include a simile as an example today. So back to our big screen, back to looking at my example. If you have room on your page, you can label next to the items that you are describing, but I want to show you on a whiteboard so you can see clearly. So you can also, if you would like to use your different page, you can write your labels on a different page if you don't think it's all going to fit. So having a think, I can see in this image, I'm not going to call it a dinosaur because Katie doesn't know it's a brontosaurus yet, so I'm going to say a giant bumpy hill. I don't need to write in a full sentence, but I am going to use those adjectives. So a giant bumpy hill. It's not a full sentence, so I don't need to start with a capital letter. A giant, G-I-N-T, bumpy. Can you sound that with me? B-A-M-P. Did you get that third sound? B-A-M-P. It's a difficult sound to hear, that bumpy, and E, so it's a Y at the end of our word. A giant bumpy hill. So I've described one thing in my picture. I'm going to put a little bullet point here to show that I'm doing something else. Next I'm going to describe the exploding volcano. So I can see a volcano. I could say it's giant, but I've already described the hill as giant, so I might use a different word, maybe a word that means giant. Can you think of a word that means giant? Well done if you came up with a good one. Maybe massive. So there's a massive, and then I said exploding, didn't I? That's 3 beats. Can you clap them with me? Exploding. That's quite hard. See if we can remember those beats. X. What was next? Explode. Plode. Ing. Ing. Massive, exploding, volcano. 3 beats again. Vol. Can you clap it? Volcano. Vol. V or U. What came next? Volcane. K-n-o. And it is a tricky word, but there's a no at the end. So the massive exploding volcano, and I can see I might describe this flower, but this time I'm going to go for a might. So if you can go for a might today, can you use a simile? So this plant is very bright. So I'm going to say plants as bright as, it reminds me of a flame. Plants as bright as flames. So I'm going to write that one as my next. I'm going to put my dot here. I'm going to start a new line. Plants, plants as bright. Can you sound bright with me? It's got 4 sounds. Can you hear all those 4 sounds in bright? Did you get them all? Let's sound it together. Bright. Bright. So let's sound out together as we write. Bright. Did you hear the blend? I. Do you remember our trigraph? Phase 3 trigraph. I. The I, g, h this time for the I. Bright. Plants as bright as flames. I'm going to write flames as flam. And some of you remember that we put a special letter here to turn that into an A. So that's our split digraph. We haven't learned that yet, but some of you did know that in year 1. So we've got the A is now an A because we've got our E. Flames. Okay, so I have labelled 3 things in my picture, which is what I would like you to do today. Just choose 3, and if you wanted to, I think we should all be using adjectives by now, but if you wanted to go for that extra might, can you use a simile as well? Is it as big as, or as bright as, or as tall as? So using a simile. I'm just going to read them one more time and then you can label your own pictures. So can you read them with me? Because sometimes I forget, don't I? What was it? Was it a giant bumpy hill? What's this one? Massive exploding volcano. I might change that to volcanoes. This is why it's very, very good practice to read your writing back, because then you can change any mistakes that you've made or make it even better. The next one, plants as, what was this word? Bright. As bright as flames. So these are my 3 descriptive sentences today. I hope you have fun writing yours and we look forward to seeing them. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.